Hi, this video is to show you how to enter grades during virtual learning. You can pause the video at any time. If you haven't already watched the video on creating assignments, please go ahead and do that now. So, I'm already in my PowerTeacher Pro for Gradebook. Let's imagine for today that I want to enter grades for my reading class. From the dropdown, I can select my English Language Arts class. In this example, I'm going to imagine I'm a kindergarten teacher. Here's all the assignments for this week. There's an ELA lesson for every day and a phonics lesson for each day. In order to enter grades, I can click the grading tab and go to score sheet, and this is going to make it look like a typical grade book with all the assignments and all the students listed. Let's imagine that it's the end of Monday, August 31st, and I want to give students grades for those who participated in my ELA lesson. I can click on the ELA lesson right here, and I can click on the top box, and it'll pull up this little screen on the side. In each of these boxes, I can either put a grade or I can mark it so that I remember something for later. So for instance, let's imagine this first student, I'm giving a 3 because they fully participated in the lesson. And let's imagine the next student, I'm giving a 2 because they missed the last 10 minutes and didn't do the final exit ticket. Now let's imagine Zendaya was not there. I'm just going to use this button down here and I'm going to mark her as absent, and that's just a reminder to me. No one sees these marks other than myself, so I can use whatever marks I want. I'm just going to put a little green box so that I know. And I can just keep going and filling in at the end of the day all of the students who participated in the lesson that day. And I can mark everyone that was absent a little green box like that. One important note is you might know already at the end of the day who participated in which lesson, but you might also forget. If you ever forget, you can use your Nearpod to go back and look at student responses. So for instance, I'm going to imagine that I taught a lesson today and I really want to confirm who was in my class. I'm going to imagine that this was the lesson that I taught today. It's obviously not, but we're just going to pretend. I can click the 3 dots and then click reports, and that's going to pull up information from my lesson today. Here's the lesson, and here's the session, meaning this is when I taught it. I can open it up, and I can get a summary of students' participation with all of their names of who logged in, and then any of the types of answers or questions that they were asked. Here's all the open-ended response questions, and I can look at exactly what their responses were, etc. So maybe after looking at that, I remember, oh no, this student actually wasn't absent. They actually fully participated and I just thought they were absent. So let me go ahead and unclick them. Now, let's imagine it's the end of the week and I have some students who have no score because they just didn't attend the live lesson. Remember, students can always make up the lesson later. So let's imagine it's the next Monday and I want to see who made up those lessons. Again, I can go to my Nearpod, and I'm going to look for that makeup lesson that I posted on my Google Classroom so I can actually see who filled out the makeup work. So in this example, I'm going to select an example just so we can take a look at it. So let's imagine that I posted Unit 0, Lesson 4, which is Monday's lesson. Again, I can go to Reports, and I can pull up the session, which is the self-paced session that students did. I notice, interesting, Zendaya was not there when the lesson was actually taught, but I can see that she did log in and did the actual lesson. I'm going to go to the open-ended response to see how she answered this final question. Let's listen. Okay, interesting. I see she tried to answer, but she didn't actually submit an answer. So I'm going to click her box. I'm going to unmark her as absent, and I'm going to give her a 2 because she completed it, but she didn't fully answer the Nearpod. No other student completed the makeup work, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to put a 0 for them because they didn't complete the makeup work in time.